Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the St. Louis Cardinals.
And now, please welcome
First pitch coming your way next.
St. Louis Cardinals.
Just about set to go now. And on the mound in this one, Matthew Liberatore. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
Freddie Freeman, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
That one finds the zone, and it's 1-1. Way out front for strike two.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
And ring him off, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout. Here's Mookie to hit. Betts getting to start at shortstop, batting second in today's lineup, and he was a fifth-round pick back in 2011. That one lifted to left. 2 away. Let's take a look at our lineup. They do a lot of things well in this offense, Singy. They control the strike zone. They make pitchers work hard for outs. And as a result, one of the better OBP teams in the league.
Well, what I love about it is it's an organizational philosophy. Whether you go to instructional league, whether you go to spring training, you see these players even during batting practice. When it doesn't matter, they're practicing that type of approach, Boog. And when you have that filtering through the organization, even when you call up a player, they step right in and continue with the pattern that they have established at this level, which ultimately leads to a lot of success.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch. Dodgers go down quietly, and now the Cardinals get their first shot at it here. No score. Back after this on the show. Back here in St. Louis, and on the mound in this one, Landon Knack. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under 250 against this starting pitcher. So it just shows you how effective he's been. He's been able to move his pitches around, add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too comfortable and start squaring up the baseball. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground, reaching down, makes the catch. Here's a Cardinals lineup now. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Late on that fastball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Kicks and deals. That's a ball. That misses. 2-2. You rewind and think back to those Giants teams that won 3 world titles. They were pretty good contact-based teams. Obviously, the Royals as well. It feels like it's swinging back a little bit towards there's an advantage to having some hitters in your lineup that make contact. Hernandez makes the grab. 2 down.
Ball's just not carrying the first tonight.
Now, you would actually say that to your teammate in the dugout?
No, I'm not that cruel, but someone would say it to me, and I'm sure it's probably been said before.
Brendan Donovan in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Out to short, bats up with it. Sends it across to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. So the Cards are kept quiet through 1. On to the second from St. Louis on the show. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the second. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Liberator back to work. Strike 1. That one ripped, but foul. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Next offering is down low.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that skips in the dirt. Outside, and that is ball 4. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game. And now the center fielder, Andy Pajes.
He's done a great job making contact recently. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
And that one is downstairs. Ball 1. Tap foul at the plate. Next pitch is outside. Hernandez gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Fights it off. He'll see another. Now snap throw to first. Hernandez dives back in safely. The 2-2. Squirts away a little bit. No score here in the second. And that one hammered. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Off the bat, I thought they were going to score their first run of the game, and that feels like a tough break. But look at the bright side. Really good contact at the plate, and now they're working with not just 1, but 2 runners in scoring position. So they'd love another base hit right here.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. Golden opportunity right here. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. The Dodgers threatening. That's off the inside corner, and that is ball one. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Scott has this one sized up, brings it in. Runner tags from third, and they'll score first. It's 1-0.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
First baseman, Kike Hernandez.
Here's Kike Hernandez. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson is some bird, but I'd ask permission first before I called him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right?
That misses the zone. 1-2 the count.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
Man at second. Way outside, and the count is 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Pitch misses, and it's 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
The batter will be Michael Conforto. Swing and a miss at a slider.
0-1's the count.
Man on second, 2 down. Now 1-1. Late swing, foul to the left. The 1-2. Out to short. Win. The throw to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. So 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a runner left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Back in St. Louis as the Cardinals come up to hit here in the last of the second. Leading off, Wilson Contreras. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. And Wilson down on strikes.
Batting
And now it's Ivan Herrera. Swing and a miss as he was late.
0-1.
One down, base is empty. And a foul ball. Line drive. Snags it for the second out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Late with the swing there.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Gets under it and pops it up. Corrals it. And that is that. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. They trail here 1-0. Back here at Busch Stadium, Miguel Rojas at the plate. And when you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. Just missed.
Stud. When you look at players like this, you play that hot corner, got to be pretty courageous over there with the way balls come off the bat. That's the kind of guy that every year you expect him to be in the All-Star game and have a Gold Glove, if not a Platinum Glove.
So what are the skills you look for that make a really good defensive third baseman that elite?
Well, Boog, one of the things I think about immediately are just the feet. Does he have good feet? Is he able to quickly react? And when you have good feet, you've got soft hands. And soft hand defenders are able to make tough plays look easy.
And foul ball. Hit on the ground to short. Win. Gets it to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Freddie Freeman.
Back to the top of the lineup. There's Freddie Freeman now. Struck out swinging his first time. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. One out. Base is empty. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
0-2.
One down, base is empty. Got him swinging.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
And Mookie takes. And that one is in the dirt. And that's ball 2.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
Just missed. Will Smith in the on-deck circle. 2 outs, base is empty. That's in there. And now 3 balls and a strike. And strike 2.
We got a full count.
Three, 2. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Valet makes the catch, and that'll do it. And we're back. Now it's going to be Yohel Pozo.
Number 63.
Just off the outside edge, and that's ball 1. And he grounds one to the right side, and that's just foul. Ripped on the ground to second. Edmonds slings to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting 8, right fielder, Ryan.
Now it's Ryan Valet looking for his first big league hit right here. Check swing, and he went. Strike 1.
0-1.
And that's downstairs and outside.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
And that's downstairs. Ball 2.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Here's the 2-2. On the ground to third. Rojas with the throw to first. And that quickly 2 away.
Good fade and sinking action to that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
And up next for St. Louis, Victor Scott. This guy can absolutely fly. I think one of the faster players in baseball. And there's the strike. Fastball for a strike at 95.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And a curve misses outside. Now 2-2. And that's down and away.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So that's a good take by him.
Two down, nobody on. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk. And that's their first base runner of the game.
Looked like a questionable call in that spot. He even seemed a little surprised it went his way at the plate. But as a hitter, you'll take that all day. This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, Boo.
Runner on the move. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close. Scott stands at second with 2 gone. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Coming home. He'll score and they tie it. It's an RBI single. It's 1-1.
Well done. Drives in the run. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Now the number 2 hitter, Mason Wynn. 0 for 1 as he popped out foul to first. Slice to right, and that's a fair ball. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away. Now it's the second baseman, Brendan Donovan. Grounded out to short in his first trip. And takes low for ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. All even now at 1-1. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here in St. Louis, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Will Smith. That one hooked foul.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. And that one missing low.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Swing and a high fly ball hit in the air left center field. This one's got a chance, and that one hops the wall. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced, and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
And now Teoscar Hernandez walked his first time. Ball 1 there. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And it one hops the wall. Run comes in from second. It's 2-1.
Everything came together for him. Really good swing right there. You got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Pajes now at the plate. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Just missed. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. The 1-1 is fouled off. In the dirt. To third. Tag. Got him.
Well, you want to see guys aggressive out there on the base paths, but you also want to see them smart as well in making their decisions. And right there, couldn't really tell how far away that ball was. So if that's the case, you got to shut it down. It gets caught stealing there, takes himself out of scoring position.
That one the other way. Donovan throws to first in time.
Now batting, second baseman, Tommy Edman.
Tommy Edman at the plate. Drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. Edman, 29 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Outside with a breaking ball. He was late there. Strike 1.
1-1.
That one missed. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. Lifted in the air, right center field. Valet on the move to the gap and makes the play, and that's out number 3. Dodgers with a run-scoring double, and this is now a 2-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Here's Contreras now. Caught looking his first time up. Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. Out to short, Betts. Slings to first, and a quick out number 1.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
You gotta be kidding me. Did you see that throw?
Not really, Boog. I mean, it happened in the blink of an eye, it seemed, but thankfully StatCast is here to help us out. I mean, you don't see many throws across the infield that get up into the 90s, so he really reached back for that one, and he had to get the out.
Ivan Herrera next up for the Cardinals. He's 0 for 1. Fastball is outside. The Dodgers up by a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. In for a strike, and the count is 1-1. That's to third, makes a sliding stop, fires to first, and they get the out.
Just so impressed with the movement on that play. Footwork was excellent, the arm strength was there, and of course, the most important part was getting the out.
Nato comes in to take his cuts. And first offering is fouled off. Two outs. Just
that ball went out.
missed. Next offering is fouled back. Check swing, he held up. And the count now even up.
Gosh, Boog, I think he's trying to deke the pitcher. There's no way he's thinking he can hit that pitch.
Comes a 2-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And Nato is set down on strikes. Redbirds down quietly. And our score remains 2-1. And Kike Hernandez at the plate. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Liberator back to work. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
You know, these Dodgers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Ripped on a line. Valade makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Conforto, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. And there's a foul ball. Stays alive. That one close, ruled a ball. And the count is 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Well, he didn't get the call on the mound the pitch before. Felt like he should have had him looking, I think. But, you know, that's good composure right there. He found a way to come back with another good pitch to get him to swing and miss.
Rojas in the box now. No balls and a strike. Bullpen action for the Cardinals. Sonny Gray, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Maton getting loose as well. A little out front there as he swings through it.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Next pitch is inside. Now 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball right field. And that'll do it. And here is Yohel Pozo.
Catcher, number 63.
Pitch is in there, and that is strike 1.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
Swing and a foul out of play. That's to third. Rojas zips it to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth. Now it's the right fielder, Ryan Valade.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
There's a strike.
0-1.
And a foul ball. One down, base is empty. On the ground to third. Throws across the diamond. Home half of the fifth inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
Now batting, center fielder, Victor Scott.
Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Victor Scott. Worked a walk at his first trip to the plate. And that's outside.
That's a ball.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Hernandez grabs it on the run. Nothing doing for the offense that time. 5 innings complete. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Cardinals 1.
Now pitching.
Sonny Gray gets the ball now. He's pitching on 2 days rest.
Sunny.
So the lineup flips over. Freddie Freeman up to the dish, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Freddie Freeman.
That one fouled off. It's in and out of his glove. Gets off a throw, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out. Here's Mookie now. 0 for 2 in this one. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Singy, one of the things that's interesting is that guys really don't worry about swing and miss from an offensive standpoint anymore. So when you see somebody who contacts the ball like this, do you think of that as plus value?
Absolutely. If he's doing damage now, if he's rolling over and grounding out, then it's a different story. But, yeah, if he can put the ball in the gaps or over the fence, 100%.
Swings and misses. Now 2 out. Will Smith to the plate. 1 for 2.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you
Fires across the diamond, and the Dodgers are set down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Cardinals 1. Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Lars Nootbaar digs in now.
picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
Yeah, the right-hander back to work. Ripped, but it curls foul. And a swing and a miss.
0-2.
Line drive, short hop to third. In plenty of time to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Now batting, shortstop,
Mason Wynn next up for the Cardinals. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Called strike right there.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Got him looking. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Chris, third time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Second baseman,
So up next, Brendan Donovan. There's the strike.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one fouled off. Two down, nobody on.
Ball, that's down.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. So they go quietly there. We're through 6 full. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Cardinals 1. Well, 1-run game. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. Gray measures 5 feet 10 inches, more than 100 career wins on the mound, a former first-round pick back in 2011. Just missed. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
He was all over that one. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now here is Andy Pajas. And that's in there for strike 1. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. That's in for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
You know, nights like this when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some offense like this may be the way to go.
Runner at second, nobody out. That was the sweeper, but it missed. Man at second. Outside.
Nope, outside.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information. But the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
And here comes Tommy Edman. Just missed.
Ball 1, no strikes.
In the dirt. Here's a 2-0. And that is out of play. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, it gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. With all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
In the dirt. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the top half of inning number 7.
Runner.
He's trying for third. Pitch misses. Throw to third. Out. And that will end the inning.
When you get thrown out at third with 2 outs, you kind of want to keep on running. Not a great decision there as it ends the inning.
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Alex Vesia.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Here comes Wilson Contreras. The pick behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Oh, that's up there.
Activity in the bullpen. Shohei Ohtani appears to be getting loose. Fonda, the lefty, warming up as well. On the ground to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Ivan.
Next is the designated hitter, Ivan Herrera. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Next pitch is outside.
Ball 2.
And he can't come up with it. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
Well, looked like a pretty routine play. Just couldn't get it to stick in the glove as he gets tagged with the error. Should have been 2 outs in the inning, but now they have to work around it and get 2 more.
One down, runner at first. Here's the third baseman, Nolan Arenado. Check swing, called strike. That one outside. And 1-1. trying to hold a one-run lead here at the bottom of the seventh.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, pitchers have become so much better at commanding that high fastball. It used to be that a lot of pitchers didn't like to throw it because it threw off their release point and their mechanics, and they're aimed at keeping everything at the knees, get ground balls. But because hitters get a swing path that can lift balls at the knees up in the air and over the fence, this pitch has come back into play, and they are doing some special things with it.
Next to hit, Yohel Pozo. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
2 outs. And another ball. Off the mark there. And it's 3-0.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they walk you.
Ryan Valade in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Next offering is in for a strike. Check swing, appeal to first. No swing. He held up just enough. That's ball 4.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way on.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Alex Vesia done for the night, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. On the mound now, Anthony Banda.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations. Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum. Very quickly, they're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
And now, Ryan Valade. He's grounded out a couple of times. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And fouled off. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. And a swing and a miss there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That to right. Hernandez ranging after it. Drops into the glove, and that ends the inning. So the Cards strand a couple, and they trail it here 2-1. New pitcher for the Cardinals, Kyle Leahy.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
Here's Kike Hernandez.
First baseman, Kike Hernandez.
And that is downstairs. Ball 1. That clips the corner. That's a little bit low.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Gets a piece and stays alive. And it remains 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Well, having such a tough time putting him away. 6 foul balls in a row. Man, what a battle.
2-2 now. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Michael Conforto will climb in. And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Phil Maton preparing to come on if needed. King also getting ready. The 0-2. In the air, left field, down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Tap dances out of the way of that one.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Rojas stands in now and watches strike 1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. They lead it 2-1. Well, 1-run game, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Victor Scott. He's 0 for 1.
Now, this guy, a player that, if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. He's under it. Squeezes it. And there's 1 away.
1 pitch, 1 out.
Now batting. Left fielder.
And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Lars Nootbaar. First pitch fastball is in for a strike. Holding on to a 1-run lead here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And a fastball misses outside for a ball. And it's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Ugly cut on the slider for strike 3.
No, that slider was way out of the zone. And for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss as you did right there.
And a foul ball. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. Swing and a miss, 98 on the gun.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
That pitch just misses the inside corner, and that's ball 1. To the right side. He'll do it himself. St. Louis goes down in order. Redbirds down quietly. They're down 2-1. New pitcher on here, John King.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Back to the top of the order now. Digging in, Freddie Freeman. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And there's the strike. King, he's someone that fills up the strike zone, so he doesn't give up a lot of walks, but because he's in the zone so much, a decent amount of hits occur. And the slider just misses. Movement in the bullpen. Phil Maton getting ready to go. Freeman hits it in the air. This one looks like trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
As a pitcher, it just feels like you can't hide from this guy because no matter what, he can punish you, even if the pitch is outside the strike zone. And he's got to get ahead early in the count and then be able to mix up his speeds, add and subtract some velocity, but command is the big key, throwing the ball where he wants to. He gets labeled as a bad ball hitter because he's just got that special knack of doing damage with pitches outside the zone. He's just really good at it.
Here's Betts, and that's in for a strike. Rolled over to third, Arenado. Tosses to first, and Betts is set down. And up to the plate is Will Smith.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
And this one squirts away from the catcher. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
Well, that right there can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball's gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it because you're already in scoring position. Well, he was sure there, and now he's only 90 feet away from scoring. don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners that they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
Inside corner for a strike.
I feel with the way that Will Smith is able to handle the bat, control the bat head, he's very capable of finding green space.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Freddie across the score. And it's an RBI single, and they take a 2-run lead in the ninth.
Picks himself up an RBI. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
One gone, runner at first. Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. Man at first, one away. And ball one. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And they'll do it again. Outside low. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And there's a ball.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Grinding AB right here. About to see pitch number 10. Ripped to third and caught.
Man, that could have been a big swing in this game. Just unlucky at a really unfortunate time right there.
And now Andy Pajes, 1 for 3. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. And that one fouled off. 1 run across in the frame so far here at the top of the ninth. Next pitch misses way outside. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Fights it off. He'll see another. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Two outs. That one way inside. He goes down looking. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit, and this is now a 3-1 ball game. Tanner Scott comes on trying to close it out.
Well, he's been excellent against left-handed hitters this year, and that's his first test. This looks like a good move to the pen in terms of the matchup.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Now up for St. Louis, Brendan Donovan. 0 for 3 in this one. First offering, and it just misses.
Okay, look, we'll see how it factors in. I just can't emphasize how much that insurance run in the top of the 9th means. I mean, just such a big difference mentally when you're chasing 2 runs instead of 1.
Betts whips it to first. And the leadoff man retired here in the 9th.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. That one misses. 1-0. And it's fouled away. The Dodgers trying to close out a 2-run lead here in the last half of inning number 9. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. On the ground, right side. He takes it on his own. 2 up, 2 down.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
1 out left for the Cardinals. Now it's the DH, Ivan Herrera. That one well upstairs. Ball 1.
That's out.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. 2-run game with 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Too low, and it's ball 3.
Pressure mountain right here with the tying run in the on-deck circle. He's got to find the strike zone.
He swings and fouls one off. This could end it. We'll see another payoff pitch. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
And your final 3-1. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long